Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza.
Thanks for joining us. President Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika has appealed for continued support from the World Bank, noting that geopolitical tensions in the Middle East have also placed an additional strain on the national economy. The President made these remarks at Sanjika Palace in Banda during a meeting with Dr. Nathan Belete, the newly promoted World Bank Regional Program Director for Africa, Dr. Firaz Rad, the incoming Country Director for Malawi, Zambia, Zimbabwe and Tanzania. Dr. Rad previously served as Malawi's Country Director prior to his recent appointment. More in this report.
President Mutharika expressed gratitude for the World Bank's willingness to assist Malawi through rapid response financing, saying this is vital in stabilizing the economy and ensuring a firm path toward full recovery. The Malawi leader commended the partnership between Malawi and the World Bank, citing the bank's recent support in procurement of maize, which provided essential hunger relief as a clear evidence to this strong relationship.
They have helped us a lot, and we hope they'll continue. Both of them worked with us very much in our efforts to secure resources for maize from Zambia. They worked very hard and we were successful in getting that maize from Zambia. So I congratulate them for that and encourage them to continue to be friends of Malawi wherever they go.
Speaking after the meeting, the newly promoted World Bank Regional Program Director for Africa, Dr. Belete, said the bank is concerned with the impact the conflict in the Middle East has had on the people of Malawi and pledged to provide the necessary support.
One of the issues that we discussed is how the World Bank can come and provide additional support to the country in this time of crisis. So we've had some discussions on that. As is well known in Malawi, during times of crisis, the World Bank has been very quick to come in and support, as was shown in situations like the recent food shortage, the drought, the Cyclone Freddy. So we've committed to His Excellency and the team that we're very keen to see how best we can support Malawi as they suffer the impacts of the Middle East crisis.
President Mutharika then urged Dr. Belete to keep Malawi's needs at the forefront of his agenda in his new regional role. Also present during the meeting were Minister of Finance Joseph Manamveka, Secretary to the Treasury Cliff Chiunda, and other officials from the Ministry of Finance.
Minister of Labour, Skills and Innovation George Chigona says government has embarked on a special exercise to expand and rehabilitate technical colleges in order to maximize skills development among the youth. Chigona made the remarks at Capitol Hill in Lilongwe, where he briefed journalists ahead of the commemoration of Labour Day, which falls on 1 May every year. Charles Wahara reports.
Chigona noted that the Ministry of Labour, Skills and Innovation is taking concrete steps to respond to various labour-related challenges. He emphasized skills development, particularly through the expansion and strengthening of technical and vocational education and training. The minister further added that government has prioritized the expansion and rehabilitation of technical colleges across the country to equip young people with practical skills for employment and self-reliance. He added that government will continue to implement the graduate internship program to help young graduates gain work experience, as well as establish the Workers' Compensation Fund to better protect workers from occupational injuries and diseases.
As you know, that since 2021, we haven't done any rehabilitation towards the community technical colleges. We have just resumed now, and the works are going well. That's what I can say. About the Compensation Act, we are still negotiating with the government to put a special package for that funding.
Taking his turn on this year's Labour Day commemoration, the Treasurer General of Malawi Congress of Trade Unions, MCTU, Lexon Lemani, commended government for what he described as efforts to address the needs of workers in the country.
And this is the day that will be informing the employers and government of issues that affect workers. I know in Malawi we are like a nation whereby we are always in touch with the government, we are always in touch with the employers, and on this day we'll continue that journey.
The theme for this year's Labour Day is achieving decent work and inclusive growth through promoting workers' rights and skills development. The event is scheduled to take place at Masinta Ground in Lilongwe. Charles Wahara, NBC News, Lilongwe.
The Public Accounts Committee on Thursday engaged officials from the National Bank of Malawi as it continues its inquiry into the circumstances surrounding the sale of Amaryllis Hotel. More details in this report by Trinity Kapamtengo.
Speaking after the engagement with National Bank officials, chairperson of the committee, Baba Stephen Malondera, said the bank's representatives failed to provide specific information the committee was seeking. As a result, the committee found it necessary to suspend the meeting to allow the committee to consult relevant authorities on how the National Bank can provide the information. Malondera further indicated that the committee will also summon the Financial Intelligence Authority, FIA, which oversees financial transactions, as well as the Reserve Bank of Malawi, to provide a detailed account on how the funds were handled.
During the deliberation, it became very clear that the bank was not willing to disclose some of the information because they claim that the law does not give them that liberty. So we decided that having listened to the bank, we could not proceed because the time and again indicated that they will not proceed to give the committee more information in terms of the details, because the committee wanted to find out. So the committee is interested in knowing who actually benefited from these transactions. So that's why we felt it is very important for the committee not to proceed, because the information that we're looking forward to have, we didn't get.
National Bank of Malawi officials declined to disclose details regarding the flow and destination of the funds, citing legal restrictions. This response prompted the committee to send them back. The committee also engaged officials from FDH Bank, seeking clarification on the bank's role, particularly in relation to its involvement in the sale of a hotel. The Public Accounts Committee has been meeting various stakeholders, including private companies, government institutions and individuals, as part of its ongoing investigation into the sale of Amaryllis Hotel. Trinity Kapantengo, MBC News, Lilo.
In a related development, the Registrar of Financial Institutions has revoked licenses for trustees of the Public Service Pension Trust Fund for failing to comply with its directive on Amaryllis Hotel. The central bank initially advised the board not to proceed with its decision to procure the hotel, but the board ignored the decision and proceeded to buy the hotel at 128 billion kwacha. Reserve Bank of Malawi Governor George Partridge says the board members are no longer authorized to undertake any transaction, decision or action in their capacity as trustees of the funds. The trustees whose licenses have been revoked are Chizaso Eric Nyirenda, Chikondi Vanessa Piri, Idris Mdala Mwale, Maxwell Spencer Titi, Irene Chikapa, Arthur Manyunya, Precious Chimbamba, Yona Piri, Richard Zimba, Brazio Mpepo and Bernard Nyondo. The Malawi Broadcasting Corporation MBC has committed to collaborating with the Malawi Communications Regulatory Authority MACRA in enhancing its reach and operational efficiency. Speaking in Banda at MACRA offices during an interface with MACRA management team, Director General for MBC, Banda, said, among other things, the public broadcaster is committed to upholding high-level standards of professionalism through its programming by ensuring fair and balanced content. We have a report by Geoffrey Chinawa.
According to the MBC Director General, Banda, with the ever-growing digital broadcasting landscape, the public broadcaster is also set to continue adopting new technologies that will help serve the general public better. Banda said all these cannot be achieved in a vacuum, but through partnerships and collaborations, hence the meeting.
But we also came to assure them that we will make sure that we apply the best basic broadcasting rules and regulations to make sure that we are serving every Malawian from Karonga to Nsanje and all the way up to Chitipa. We have discussed a number of areas that MACRA is going to support us, and we have also told them a number of areas that we can collaborate with MACRA. Some of them, they were in camera, so I may not be able to comment further on that one, but the commitment is there that we are going to work together very closely with MACRA. We have so many activities lined up. Very shortly people will see a totally new MBC You have talked about the children's radio and metro stations. What we intend to do is to make sure that those that are speaking Tumbuka, we give them a radio that talks in Tumbuka to them. Those that are in Nsanje, they speak a different language there, we give them a radio that will communicate to them in the language that they understand. So we presented those to Macra, and they have assured us that they're going to look into that and help us accordingly. So we are very grateful to Macra for the commitment that they've shown to us today.
In his remarks, the Director General for Macra, Mayami Konkoloma, hailed MBC for committing to uphold the principles that govern the broadcasting industry. Nkoloma said he was particularly impressed with MBC plans, which include setting up a children radio station and metro radio stations, saying this is a clear testimony that the public broadcaster is geared to serving the nation better.
In our discussions, we looked at some strategies on how we could enhance our services to Malawians. Macra, we're always ready to support initiatives that MBC take, because by the end of the day, it's Malawians who benefit. So we looked at a lot of gaps that are in place, and we also looked at solutions where, as Macra, we can come in to assist MPC to move forward. As you know that technology is moving quick at the speed of light, and at the same time, as MPC, it has to be agile and also ensure that it moves with time. And as Macra, basically we are a catalyst for change in the area of innovation and research, and also in digitization. And our main goal is to see that MPC succeeds. It becomes the real mother of all the broadcasting stations in Malawi by enhancing it with the technology and also solutions that can take it forward.
The MBC Director General, who was accompanied by his management team, also took time to appreciate Macra's state-of-art broadcasting monitoring facility. Jeffrey Shinawa, MBC News, Blantyre.
This is MBC News with me, Hiwu Dangomano, alongside Tauson Kamalata. A reminder of our top stories. Welcome back. Minister of Health and Sanitation, Banda Waloi, has emphasized the importance of motivating health workers as a key factor in improving the delivery of quality health and sanitation services. This was observed during spot checks on the ongoing second phase of the polio vaccination mass campaign in Zomba district. Mayan Tumozi reports.
As of 7:30 a.m. on Tuesday morning, Minister of Health and Sanitation, Madalitso Waloi, was already at Mambo Health Center, a facility located deep in the remote community of Chingale in Zomba district. The facility serves a population of 27,000 people and attends to over 300 people daily. Impressed with the level of dedication of the workers at the facility, the minister presented shopping vouchers to the staff present, as well as those who had already left for the mass polio vaccination campaign exercise.
As a ministry, we are very grateful for what we have seen here. The President of Malawi, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, is encouraging us to make sure that the population of Malawi should be vaccinated, and is encouraging health workers to serve the communities better. And what we found here is very encouraging.
The vouchers were provided by FICID Limited, which has been constructing the Mulooka and Matopon irrigation schemes within the community. Kondwa Nanchukwa is the executive director of FICID.
It's quite compelling to us, to see what the minister has planned to be doing, motivating the ground staff. That's what we need, for Malawians. There are people in the rural whose efforts may not be seen, and if you are able to unearth them and appreciate them, it's quite good, because that will save the entire community.
The Member of Parliament for Zomba Chingale, William Susweru Banda, who was present during the minister's visit, expressed delight at the hard-working spirit demonstrated by the workers at the health center.
As MP of this area, I'm very grateful to what the Minister of Health has done. She just decided to pay a surprise visit to Mambo Health Center to just, in my view, motivate the staff.
Later, the minister paid a courtesy visit to Zomba District Health and Sanitation offices, where she was equally impressed with the ongoing polio vaccination mass campaign in the district. Dr. Alinafe Kalangam Jojo is the Director of Health and Sanitation Services for Zomba District.
Current financial year that we have just started April, our refill rate has increased from, I think, around 31% now to 58%. And we are happy to say if this could be the trend and continue going up, we could be able to save the population accordingly.
Government earlier this week launched the second round of polio mass vaccination campaign, targeting close to 6.2 million children under the age of 10. Malawi recently registered 1 case of polio in Banda district. Maim Tumodzi, MBC News, Zomba.
More than 1 in 5 firms certified by the Malawi Bureau of Standards during the 2026-2027 financial year are small and medium enterprises, a development Malawi Bureau of Standards Director General Simon Mandala has hailed as a sign that SMEs are embracing quality standards. Speaking in Mzuzu after certifying the Northern Region-based business entities, Mandala said out of 742 certified companies and service providers countrywide, 21% are SMEs. Chimwemwe Milulu has the details.
The Malawi Bureau of Standards MBS has awarded quality certification to products and services of 742 companies and service providers for the 2026-2027 financial year. Presiding over the first certification event in Mzuzu, MBS board member Anthony Rwanda said the Bureau is promoting the culture of quality as a tool to protect consumers and boost consumer confidence.
Government has put much emphasis in the Ministry of Industrialization, Business, Trade and Tourism. So, products or services that are certified by Malawi Bureau of Standards are contributing to the economic growth of this country.
MBS Director General Simon Mandala challenged other companies and small and medium enterprises to embrace standards as a business strategy, noting that this year 21% of the recipients are small and medium enterprises.
We are implementing programs in collaboration with SMED, for instance, where we are hand-holding the SMEs. We have slashed down the certification fees by 50%. There is advisory service, there are training sessions that are conducted.
One of the recipients, Donald Nkandawire of Udon Dairy, said the certification will help their dairy products to favorably compete on the local market.
Board serves as a reminder to us, especially ourselves as Udon Dairy, that we still need to strive ahead to achieve a great excellence. It's not that we've got an award, then it ends there, but we need to achieve something greater than that.
Out of the 742 recipients, 335 are new products and services. The Malawi Bureau of Standards has held the event under the theme Quality Powering Performance, emphasizing quality as a strategic priority. Chimwemwe Milulu, MBC News Mzuzu.
The Norwegian Church Aid has emphasized the critical role faith leaders play in amplifying the voices of marginalized communities affected by climate change. Project manager for fighting inequality at Norwegian Church Aid and Dan Church Aid, Aisha Fach, said this in Lilongwe during a dialogue on climate justice. Fach said faith leaders are key in advocating for climate justice and pushing for increased climate financing. Beatrice Mwape with a report.
According to the Norwegian Church Aid, statistics indicate that Malawi only contributes 1% to global emissions despite its population relying heavily on natural resources. The organization said that despite its minimal contribution, Malawi continues to bear the effects of climate change. The dialogue therefore sought to capacitate faith leaders with skills to enable them advocate for climate justice by being the voice of people at grassroots level. Program Manager for Fighting Inequality at NCA-DCA, Aisha Fach, said persistent climate-induced disasters are affecting livelihoods in the country, and faith leaders have a crucial role in challenging wealthy nations to finance solutions that can help vulnerable communities cope with the effects of climate change.
This is to challenge faith leaders to be a voice of that reason, to challenge countries that contribute to climate change, to contribute and to finance to the remedies that the poor people need to have for them to be able to adapt to the climate change, but also remedies for the loss and damage.
Program Manager for the Center for Environmental Policy and Advocacy, Alfred Kambui, said the organization aims to equip faith leaders with knowledge and advocacy skills to promote both climate and environmental justice. Kambwiri outlined that their goal is to ensure that government and other duty bearers become part of the solution by strengthening accountability in climate justice.
We are looking forward to the fact that those that are encouraging pollution who basically have to stop that, and if they don't stop, then the regulatory institutions that are responsible to punish those that are doing those things will actually take their role to do exactly like that.
One of the participants, Ivan Mbwana, who is also a commissioner for the Evangelical Association of Malawi, emphasized the importance of collective action in addressing climate challenges. Mbwana further pointed out the government's responsibility to effectively represent Malawi's climate justice concerns on the international stage in order to achieve meaningful and tangible outcomes.
I believe that can have a very powerful effect because they will know that it is not just a single voice, but it is a united voice.
The Voices for Climate Justice program is being implemented with funding from the Government of Ireland. Beatrice Mwabe, MBC News, Lilongwe.
Now to sports. Malawi under-23 national netball team coach Joanne Kachilika says her side still needs to improve on shooting despite continuing their impressive run in the Telkom Netball League. The Queen's Cubs delivered a dominant performance on Thursday, thrashing Diamonds 76-26 in Durban, South Africa. Malawi will return to action on Friday when they face Tsukudu.
I'm happy with today's results. We planned, we strategized, the girls delivered on court. So I'm so happy with the way the girls have played. Still more, we have some areas which we need to improve, like in shooting. We've seen today's game, we had missed a lot of chances despite winning this game. So we had to improve on shooting so that when we play our next game, the shooting should be 100% accurate. And when we're defending, there are some errors which we made when we defend. When we have a game, we are just passing the ball anyhow. So we have to tell the girls to compose when we have an intercept or any gain. So if we can maintain our ball possession and utilize each and every game we have, I think we can be scoring more goals than the way we've scored today. But so far so good. I'm so happy with the results. And the girls played it very well. That's why we are able to win these games, because they are good girls. They are putting more efforts to finish up the games, we're playing, to finish up stronger. So I'm so happy, I'm so excited the way they are playing. We made some changes, but when each and every player was replaced, the game didn't change, the play didn't change, but because each and every player is making sure that when given the chance, they are utilizing to showcase and to prove that they are, even though they are on bench, but they can still play. So I'm so happy with each and every player.
Well, that item also concludes this edition of MBC.
Osaiwala kupanga subscribe ku channel ya AMTV Malawi.